When the moon died that night and my voice faded to the recesses of my lungs, I knew that the next day would be painful. I wasn't so much wrong as I was right. The woe crept beneath my skin and played with my viscera as if they were old friends. I tossed and turned until my sleep rolled me over and beat me with my alarm clock. When I woke up past noon that day, I realized I hadn't garnered much sleep at all. My voice from the previous night still sang of your features in my head, and I knew I wasn't going to get rid of it so easily. How could I, after all? Your aura has yet to leave my gaze. I blink until I feel my own reality peel away like tattered wallpaper. There is certainly warmth, but it's masked in layers of cold I can't manage to chip away. As time extends its claws, I know the next day is going to be worse. Passing under street lamps is nothing like gazing into your eyes, but at least outside of your presence, I know I'm not alone here. There are others with radiances unseen to the common eye, and I happen to be one who can see them. Unfortunately, a gift does not come without a curse, and the ugly faces are most abhorrent. However, with trust so thinly apportioned in this world, I have yet to feel thankful for my vision sometimes. It is like a cheat sheet dangling from my brow, and I know who to greet and who to avoid. I know who to thank and who to ignore. I know who to feel grateful for and who to feel shame. We're all in this for the big picture, no matter how trivial our lives seem. We're all part of mankind, and it hurts me to see how twisted some of these people have become. But it's people like you and the few others who I glimpse in passing, their glows visible from afar or most brilliant up close. These are the ones that lend me a hand on my darkest days, squeeze my shoulder gently, and whisper in my ear that it will be all right. Whatever my purpose is, I needn't rush to find it. I am young and the world is old, but time is slow to present itself for the better, and I have to be patient. I am thankful for these people. I am thankful for you. My body shudders at the notion of somebody wronging you. I simply don't grasp certain aspects of life sometimes. Why do the ugly feel they need to vilify the beautiful? And I don't mean ostensibly beautiful or superficially. The ones whose glows emanate from within, the ones that I can see so well, versus the ones who are malformed shadows beneath the skin, no matter how gorgeous their eyes might appear to be or how perfect their bodies. Some are so terrible within that their superficial beauty grows and they use it advantageously. Fuck, these people deserve so much less than they get. If anyone ever wrongs you in my presence, I cannot imagine my reaction. I hear about it all the time and I just don't understand. The only way I'd be separated from you is by your doing, because I know in my lungs that I would never voluntarily take a look at you, physically, emotionally, or mentally. Some people do not realize what they have is special until they have aired their ways and thrown it into the gutter. I would never even get to that point. My realization is lucid and radiant from the start, and without these eyes I would be able to tell just the same. Surely I would. I think back to the words I spoke and sounds I sang on that stage last night. They floated into the mesh and out of the speakers like whales' moans. I remember that the small handful of nimbuses in the crowd appeared enwrapped by my voice. They felt consoled, they felt touched. Maybe I'm not as useless as I find myself to be more times than not. Regardless, I feel the weight of your absence grind itself into my shoulders. My feet bear into the ground heavier than ever before. Whatever my plight, it is more than you being gone. It is this vision I have, these eyes and the heart within a most flexible cage inside. Sometimes I feel my entrails throw fits of rage trying to escape my body because they are fed up with all the nonsense. And I am as well, far too often. That night was hardly any different than other nights on that same stage, or stages miles away, seasons apart. That particular venue has probably seen enough of my griping. I've groaned over you as much as I have screamed and bawled. I've dedicated odes to your voice, to your eyes, to your superficial features even, albeit less notable than the more prominent traits. The traits only the truly attentive and kind-hearted can see. The traits that only I can see so clearly without having to strain one bit. And I am so different from the other songwriters. The other musicians? We remember that one person who resembles everything we have ever looked for in somebody. They might have flaws, but can we unravel the armor around them? No. We are too busy with our own flaws and the faults of this world to nominate attention to them. To shed light on a true beauty's flaws is to forget what true beauty is in the first place. No matter how much we lie to ourselves, we know that blemishes exist. They're either too superficial to care about or too trivial to take notice of. Maybe I'm just too fucking selfish. I desire someone like you to see me the way I see you, void of imperfections and weaknesses, a canvas of a person, marked with appeal and the vacancy that add its own already vivid array. But these are definite desires in themselves. What I truly want cannot be had, I am aware of this. And by this time I realize that I'm not making sense, so I stop and start afresh. But I will not backspace, I will not smear the eraser across my brain because I am trying to shed regret. I do not miss out a single word because if I mean it, it goes down. If I don't, then it never materializes. We all make mistakes. I want to be done with mine, but I will never be. In that case, I just won't regret them. We will start anew sooner or later, but ultimately it will always be the same story, the same song, the same menagerie of confusion and beauty and misery. It will be the grandest smorgasbord you've ever lain eyes upon. And in the mess I will find those deserved of better treatment. Even if I'm not one to distribute it, I will make it my goal to see that you are happy. I know that is my curse in the end. I care too much. It has nothing to do with my eyes, not the ones everyone else sees, that is. Their path hidden beneath the flesh, beneath the sinew, beneath all the false sanguinity. Just because they are veiled doesn't mean that their vision is obscured. I've never seen so clearly as I have when I'm looking your way. Despite the confusion which occasionally plagues my voice and my gait, I know my sight doesn't fail me, and I am grateful to have ever laid eyes upon you.